Let me tell you something. I've been a rich man and I've been a poor man, and I choose rich every fucking time.
Welcome to Market Makers, everyone. Your home for tomorrow's TA today. We have a big update video for you. U.S. equities, cryptos, couple individual stocks, Tesla, Palantir, the metal market, and international markets. Give me a follow on X at Market Canary. Earn your positive aura points. Be sure to like, subscribe to the channel, or like this video on X. I would greatly appreciate it. Come hang out with us at marketmakers.trade. Hang out with me and the family. That's the portal. Our website is the portal to our Discord, marketmakers.trade. It's in my bio as well. Let's jump into the update. The rally that just won't quit. I can't quit you, boy. This rally is not quitting just yet, but it's starting to round off, guys. I started trimming, taking some profits, as you guys know. My Tesla trade, Solana trade, because we are on a rip-roaring generational rally. Strongest rally in 21 plus years now. A generational rally. There's still analysts on YouTube going out and saying this is a dead cat bounce. Bubble markets end in blow off tops. That's been my base case, and you're going to see it play out in real time this year. PPI came out today, guys. PPI came in cooler than expected by a good 0.5%. It's actually a 0.7% swing from what they expected to what they got, combined with a cooler CPI. Hence, market is rallying once again today. And who missed this rally? Other than everybody that was just watching the Crashikins on YouTube, who missed the rally? Wall Street. This rally is due to all of you out there being smart, understanding the market cycle, and you got the rally at the lows, just like you did if you watch this channel. And look at you greedy bastards. It is in greed now. Remember, we were buying the market in extreme fear at 4. We hit the 50% on the Fibonacci. It has been nothing but rocket ships and fireworks ever since. So let's go over what's important right now in the market. Lunar cycle change happened Monday the 12th. We've rallied up some, but you do have this resistance, 59.29, our W fractal. I want to go over some key concepts here with you guys, because understand, this was your top, right? This was your Wyckoff topping action, your distribution, not a euphoric top. Distribution top, 61.66. And the market, I think, is getting tired. It is stretched. Already the analysts on Bloomberg are coming out saying, well, we're bullish. Remember, all the big banks, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, they all retracted their base case recessionary call for this year. And now they're all bullish, but their analysts are on the media saying, wait for the pullback. I think you're going to get a pullback. You got a V bottom, you're going to get a pullback, and that pullback is good. That pullback is healthy, and it's going to allow you to accelerate to our blow off top. We'll get into the market cycle more in the Monday video. I just want to show you a couple of things that I'm watching here. We have this resistance. We're at 59.38. S&P futures right now, 59.29. I tweeted out my ABC pattern at 59.59. Would not be surprised to see that get hit end of the day today. It's Thursday afternoon or tomorrow, right? That 59.59 area. But I think you're starting to put in a little bit of a top, and let's look at some key concepts of where this retracement could go for a pullback. From a Fibonacci perspective, if we go to the absolute low of the retracement, and let's just assume this is the high right now on the rally, obviously it can go up more. This will change the ratios, but look at your 382. Those of you that trade with Fibonacci know that if you get a retracement to the 382 in an uptrend market here, this is a rally uptrend, right? A technical bull market crossing that 20% mark. You're at 22, almost 23% on this rally now. If you come down, if you top out here, you come down to the 382, this is hyper bullish. And overall, you have your low, your higher low, and your higher low again. But understand that target. That's 55.21. That's a full 400 points lower than you are now, right? So that is a nice retracement, another opportunity to buy. And that's what's going to fuel this market, guys, is Wall Street putting their money in the market if we get the pullback. So that's very bullish. You also have support here from the top of 3 of our W fractal. And if you came down to 50%, which just doesn't seem likely in this market right now. But look, it's a possibility. These are the 3 most commonly retraced 2 fibs. And actually, the most common retraced 2 fib is the 618. And that's 53.90, 52.59. I mean, that would be a godsend if you came back down to the 618. I don't see that happening. I think this is going to be a tighter retracement. 382, maybe the 50%. And if it did something crazier, like came up a little bit more and went below the 200, but held in this range, right around this 5,700 level, this would not shock me at all because the market is euphoric. You are at 70 in greed. Everybody wants to buy, but they missed out the rally, right? So they'll use any type of pullback. So just watch what happens here. But you are in that range where I think you're going to start to round off, roll over, and allow Wall Street to get their money in there. If we look at the NASDAQ, we are overheated here, hence the highlighting on the chart. 21.5 at the time of this recording. Your high is now 21.529. Guys, you're only a few percent off of the all-time high. Over here. 3.5%. 3.5% off the all-time high. Could you just take the all-time high out next week? You could. It's just healthier, guys. Understand, it's healthier to get the slingshot. The slingshot is you go up, you pull your slingshot back, you come down, you retrace, and boom, then you lift off, and that's how we get our higher level targets in the NASDAQ. So look, 21.5, could you come up even more Friday, maybe Monday, Tuesday to 22? It's possible just under the all-time high. So much money is flowing into the tech sector. Trump's over in the Middle East racking up deals for Boeing, basically racking up deals for the NVIDIA and the chip sector. They're all cooking. They're all cooking with Crisco right now. So just watch these markets, but they're extended, guys. These are big extended rallies, and do not be surprised if you get a pullback. When you look at your pullbacks here, let's look at the Fibonacci retracements as well on the NASDAQ futures. Again, we're going to pull this from the current high, but the 382 is at 19.6, right? Again, this is super bullish if this is all you do is come down to 19.6. But understand that's almost 2,000 points lower than you are now. Again, doesn't have to happen, but that's a totally shallow retracement from a Fibonacci perspective if that does happen. And if it went deeper, 18,996, so 19K, 19.6, 19K, those would be my 2 targets. But right now, the market is hitting a wall. It's creeping up higher, but you're getting that rarefied air very close to an all-time high. So look at Bitcoin, because overall, you guys know how I think this is going to play out. We got multiple patterns on Bitcoin. We have 3 waves to a top. Wave 1, wave 2, get our final wave up, 132 to 145 on Bitcoin. We have our beautiful 3 peaks, peak 1, peak 2, peak 3, build our domed house. What would that domed house look like? Well, we already got the left shoulder, so we'll get some type of retracement. Again, I'm looking at Bitcoin possibly coming down to the 200 around 92. Could stop at 96. We're talking about that in the Discord today. A lot of people think it'll just go down to 96. Super shallow retracement. Then start coming back up. Get our blow off, 132, 145. Top back out. Come back down. Recession's going to happen, etc., etc. Get the recession. Boom. Okay. 3 peaks and a domed house. Nothing more than a head and shoulders. But that's what I'm watching on Bitcoin. So far, it is tracking absolutely lovely. Look how Bitcoin tracked on the daily time frame here. Full moon. When? The exact day of your high in the rally. 105.812 on Monday the 12th. It's elemental, guys. It's elemental. Full moon was your top. Doesn't mean it can't be taken out, but look how you're just chopping sideways, holding the range. Is it possible, and this is for all the markets, just to go sideways, make an accumulation, Wyckoff accumulation breakout? It is, right? I just think we're going to get some type of pullback. There's your 200 right at 92K, and here's that 96 region just on top of this cluster of candles, also utilizing the base of this candles. Both of those are options, and of course, you can just go sideways, chop, breakout. We'll be watching all of this. We'll get in more detail on the cycle on the Monday video as well. The levels you want to hold, let's get rid of these drawings. If you want to keep this range, you want to look at these levels here, okay? If you want to keep this range here, you want to stay above 100. And then obviously you have your top right here at 105. If you take out 100, I think your bias is to come back down first to 96. Right here at the fib at the 618, you take that out, I think you're coming to 92. And again, overall, guys, what are you just making? When you zoom out on that larger time frame, the larger pattern, you're just making a massive W to your blow off top. That's all you're doing. Understand the market mechanics, the wave methodology. These fractals repeat over and over in the markets. They're predictable. Nothing's guaranteed, but they give you probabilities. It's a casino, but you can trade it. Let's check out Solana. Solana, one of my trades. We talked about it on X. We talked about it in the videos. It's been talked about everywhere, guys. 94% up off the low. You're at 173 right now. You had a high. Where was your high? 184. So you got 94% off the low in 36 days. You want to see Solana try to stay above the 382 here at 171. You may get some type of retracement. You want to watch your levels back down here at 150. Of course, this will depend where Bitcoin goes. 150, 135. Those are your two levels you want to watch on Solana if you get some type of retracement, because again, that would be normal to form this pattern just like this, get your retracement and come back up and hit our higher level targets, okay? Our W fractal. Let's look at Tesla. Tesla is up 63% off of the lows. And from the breakout here, you're up 27% beautifully. And right here, 27% beautifully just off of the breakout here, clearing this accumulation candles here, breaking out to the upside, 63% off the lows. Tesla's cooking, but Tesla's also hitting resistance. It almost got to 352, which is a 50% move. And you have to look to your left. You got this cluster here. You got this cluster here. It's going to be totally natural once again for Tesla to pull back, maybe back down to that 290 level right here as well. Find some support, maybe deeper, the 270 level, and start to base and come up. Because overall, guys, you're looking at your accumulation. You have compression here. You have your low. You have a higher low. See if you can hold another higher lower in the series and move up to our more upside targets. What about Palantir? Got exactly to the target we talked about last video, right there at 130, and that's where you're hitting your head at 130. You have this nice stretch up. So we'll see if Palantir also, when things start to turn a little bit, doesn't have to collapse, guys. See if Palantir can hold this range 117 to 130 and then accumulate to break out to the upside. If not, you want to watch that low right there of 105, because if you take out that low, then you're coming down to the 100 level, right? There's some support here, a lot of support, I would say, at the top of that wave 3. So you're going to watch Palantir. What about gold? Look, if the markets do get some type of pullback, this is when you can see gold catch your bid, right? Gold's moving up today, but understand gold hit over what, 11% down. I sent a post out about this as well yesterday because we nailed this cycle, our parabolic cycle, 11% down in gold, 380 points, and you're catching a bid here. But to me right now, what you have is a 3-way move. You have to be careful this doesn't turn into a 5-wave move. You got to see it play out because right now you have this nice ABC, right? You got your ABC here on gold. This came down right to about, I'm going to say the 172. Let's look at this. Pull this fib on gold here. Look at our ABC. Be good if we had the 1272 on here. Add that. Boom. 31, 21, 1272. The risk you run is this rebound that you're getting right now fades some. And what happens if it fades? You get a 5-way fractal, right? So you get a 5-way fractal. So you come up right around 3,315 to 618, maybe right here. And then you come back down to $3,000 on gold. This completes 5 waves, right? It's a 5-way fractal. And then you have that. You base and you see what happens in the marketplace. So you want to watch that because that's definitely a possibility on gold. Silver's still doing nothing. It's still compressing. If you hold this range, look at that. We tested the exact range. 31,666, 31,666. If you lose that range, you run the risk of revisiting these lows down in the $29 range, $29, $30 range. You run that risk. If you can break out to the upside, you got to break the trend line, take out 33.69, and then you have your higher level targets if you can do it, right? Can you do it? $35, $35.72 would be the next two targets there at the 1618 and higher. I think you need to see gold get some movement to do that, though. If we look at the DAX having a nice rebound. The DAX hit our 2618 perfectly. Here's the thing on the international markets, guys. I've mentioned this before. People say, where are you going to invest? I'm going to diversify and invest in the other markets. Okay, well, what did the DAX do when the S&P rolled down in its 20% correction? The DAX fell 19%. When did the DAX bottom? The exact same day as the S&P. The S&P controls the global markets. Understand that. It's the mothership. 19% down, big rally back up, trying to challenge your all-time high, which is 24K, which was a target we had. 23,780 is where you are now. If you can take this out and flip it, 24K, you have just under 25K as your next target. But just like the US markets, I think you're going to get some more protracted type of pullbacks. You may get up here to 24.1, 24.5, but you want to watch and see if this tops and begins to pull back, because from a Fibonacci perspective, once again, even a shallow pullback to 22.1, which is still very bullish. It's very shallow, but that's also over 1,000 points, 1,500 points lower than you are now. A 50% retracement is 21,510, and then you get your basing action and your breakout to the upside, your low, your higher low, next wave up, right? That's what you want to look at here on the DAX, but I think the DAX will roll when the US markets pull back as well. This is a bullish pullback, a slingshot pullback, and that would go across all the markets. What about the FTSE? The FTSE set a bunch of records on this rally, broke a bunch of records. Your local high here on the FTSE is 86.80, as you can see. And then on the rally, I should say. And then your high up here is 88.97. If you can flip 86.80, you're in that rarefied air, challenging your high right in here. I think you're going to get a lot of resistance where you are. Maybe you pop your head in here. But just like all the other markets, guys, when the U.S. markets pull back and roll, look at the recovery. This is insane. It's a daily chart. Look at that recovery. When the U.S. markets pull back and roll, by the way, when did the FTSE bottom? April 7th, same day as the S&P. You're going to get a pullback. And to the 382 at least is 82.41. So a good 400 points lower than you are now. And of course, 500 points if you come to the 50% retracement. Again, super bullish. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, because it's going to go up with the US markets, giving you your low, your higher low, and overall your W fractal shape, which is what you'll see. I can't draw today, guys. I'm in a rush. Which is what you'll see on all of the indices, these big, beautiful W fractals, these reversal patterns that will form and take you to the blow-off tops internationally. Let's look at the ASX, the Aussie market. This thing is rallying up. I think that's the all-time high, 85.86. So this thing is rallying up 8,400. Look at that, the 1618. We got above it, and you're trying to cross here, 84.05 right now, just like the FTSE, getting ready to put you in that rarefied air of the all-time high. But look at the inclination of that rally, right? That is a steep rally. Let's throw some fibs on here for possible retracements when this thing finally cools off. Just looking at 382, 79.50, 7,800, 76.51, all of which, again, completely normal to do that and then get your big blow off top rally. Those are levels I would watch internationally, guys. I hope everybody has a goated weekend. I would love to see you guys in the Discord. Consider checking it out. The first week, as always, is free, and I will see you on the Monday video as well. Take care, everybody.